Well, hello. As many of you know, I'm taking graduate classes in library and information science through the University of Central Missouri. I recently attended Library Research Seminar number 8, which, from its description, brings together library practitioners, scholars, and students to share ideas and explore emerging research in the field of 21st century library and information science. LRS8 took place in mid-September at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. One of my professors, Dr. Amanda Harrison, invited me to co-present on representation of autistic people in Reader's Choice State Book Award nominees. To prepare for our presentation, I read several books, which included picture books, younger readers' chapter books, upper elementary or tween novels, and books for young adults. The books featured autistic characters either as the protagonist or in a supporting role. The books covered a broad span as far as publication dates, and several of the newer books, especially, were written by an author who was themselves on the autism spectrum. Our presentation at LRS8 gave me a chance to talk about some of the books that I had read and how autistic people were portrayed, whether positive, negative, or neutrally. Our study relied on a framework of critical autism studies, which challenges views of autism that are based on medical and social deficit-based models. Plus, critical autism studies is a field of study that is led by autistic people themselves. While at LRS8, I also got a chance to hear a presentation by two of my professors, Dr. Harrison and Dr. Jenna Kammer, discussing action research in libraries. Action research is a new concept for me, but it will form part of my studies as I pursue my master's degree. From the presentation abstract, action research bridges research and practice. And instead of being subjects, the people who are involved in an action research project are direct participants and are part of the research process. The theme of the seminar was telling library stories, including discussions of how to use statistics and other data to tell stories about your library. One example might be circulation statistics concerning the library where I work at Santa Rosa Charter School for the Arts. What books are being checked out most often, as well as what kinds of books? While at the seminar, I took note of resources that might help tell our library's story, and I plan to explore those further. One example that interested me was a data storytelling toolkit for libraries, a project that is supported through a grant by the Institute of Museum and Library Services. So what's next for me, academically and personally, is to continue in my interest toward critical autism studies, to keep reading books with autistic characters, and examine how those characters are portrayed. I'm hoping to help Dr. Harrison with continuing research concerning the State Reader's Choice nominees, and like I mentioned before, part of my graduate program will include an action research project. Right now I'm kind of thinking of an idea that would involve books by autistic authors, maybe an autistic book club, similar to our public library's monthly BIPOC and queer book clubs. Professionally, as I said, I want to take what I learned about telling library stories and maybe apply it toward promoting the resources in SRCSA Library. Special appreciation to my family for their support and to my colleagues at SRCSA for giving me the space to pursue this endeavor. Here are Jonathan and me at the Bill Gatton Student Center, the location for LRS8. Jonathan was with me every step of the way, helping to ensure my success. I want to express my gratitude for grants that supported me in attending and presenting at the conference. I received a travel grant courtesy of LRS8 and its sponsors. Those would be the Library Research Roundtable of the American Library Association, the University of Kentucky College of Communication and Information, the College of Communication and Information's School of Information Science, and the UK Libraries. I also received assistance from the Graduate Student Scholarly Fund through the University of Central Missouri. I also want to acknowledge the consideration and hospitality of event organizers. There are certain food textures, temperatures, and tastes that I struggle with, and my hosts graciously gave me passes to the student cafeteria. Here I am eating lunch in the Champion's Kitchen, Bill Gatton Senior Center. And I know this is a funny picture of me. I've got a really odd expression on my face, but I was eating the serious business of eating. The food was actually very good, and I was actually enjoying myself. Facial expression to the contrary. And I conclude my presentation with references, and I will be posting these into the description of the video as well.